Parks, you talk about mentors, and none of us have gotten where we are by ourselves. None of us live on an island to ourselves. Every one of us have had people that have leaned into us. And effective leaders are the ones who recognize the gifts that leaders bring to us that advance our journey. Talk to us about one or two of the key mentors in your life that have been pivotal for you, that where you are at this point, seen as a rising star in the professional football circles. Who were the key mentors in your life, and what did they teach you that you live by on a daily basis?
Yeah, that's a very loaded question, and I'm going to pick a few, but there have definitely been way too many to even count. People who have leaned into me and invested in me, and so I've been extremely fortunate. But the first, obviously, my parents. I have to start there because the way that they raised me, the values they raised me on, and I wouldn't be where I'm at without them first and foremost. And then even in my childhood, people who, my youth pastor, Greg Parker, who I asked to have a part in my wedding with my wife. He was definitely from a very young age invested in me, and as he's invested in a ton of kids from my hometown in Mississippi, and still does. But he'd be one who definitely shaped the way that I navigate life, and then the way I look at my relationship with Christ and how I seek, and what the journey is all about. Because that's really what it is. It's a journey that we're all on. Everybody's going on. So, but he would be one. And then, getting into coaching, playing, and then getting into coaching, you have a ton of mentors. And I think you learn things from people that you observe, and then some people lean into you more than others, and then great relationships are formed, and really friends. So friends, mentors, it could all go hand in hand. But the one that I will speak on the most would be when I got to Indianapolis, and I think there's a lot of reasons why this is probably the main one I'm going to talk about, but probably the point I was at in my life when we met, the amount of change that I went through while we were together, and the conversations that we had, and then just the depth and the vulnerability and the friendship and the things that I've leaned on him for in the past and continue to, would be Frank Reich, and he was the head coach at Indianapolis when I got there. He hired me, gave me my first job in the NFL, and then my first 2 years I was his assistant, and so it worked very closely with him. But really saw the way somebody who has a lot of the similar core beliefs and values and principles lives that out in the football world, and as a head coach of an NFL team. And when we talked about being yourself and being true to yourself, really saw somebody live that out daily. But it also had conversations about what that looks like and making that conscious decision to do that daily. And so I would say just coming into the league and as a single 25-year-old, and in my time in Indy in those 6 years, met my wife, got married, had our first kid. So you go through a lot of life changes that you have the conversations with, and you are able to observe how he does it, and just really leaned on him a lot through those times of how to navigate family and football, and then your faith and all those things, and saw somebody who did it the right way for sure, and respect, huge ton of respect for him, and what he has been able to accomplish, and what he stands for.